Good morning, grade 6. Welcome back to grade 6 mathematics class. Hope you all are doing great. So today we are going to discuss about Roman numerals. See, in the beginning of this chapter, we learned about how the modern number system came into being. So the modern number system uses the 10 digits from 0 to 9. So these digits or these numerals, these were invented in India. So these were first used by the Indians, then by the Arabs, and the Europeans were introduced to these numbers by the writings of mathematicians. Hence, these numbers, these are also called Hindu-Arabic numerals. Now talking about the Roman numerals, these were invented by the ancient people of Rome, and Romans did not know the concept of zero or place value system. So they used a combination of 7 different symbols to denote numbers. And the Roman numerals were made up of the combination of these 7 symbols either by adding or subtracting the symbols. So let's have a look at the symbols. See, these are the symbols used in Roman numeral system. You have a symbol for 1, you have a symbol for 5, you have a symbol for 10, one for 50, a symbol for 100, 500 and 1000. So these are the Roman numerals where these are the equivalent values of them in Hindu-Arabic numerals. So did you notice that there is no symbol for 0 among this? Now you cannot write Roman numerals just like that. There are a certain set of rules that you have to follow while writing Roman numerals. So let's see each of these rules one by one. So the first rule, see, repetition of a Roman numeral means you are adding their values. You can denote a value by repeatedly writing the same symbol of Roman numeral. And when you repeatedly write a Roman numeral, it means the value has to be added. See, here you have the symbol for 10 written twice together. It means 10 plus 10 and this equals 20. So this is the symbol used to represent the value 20. And now here you can see 3 C's. The symbol C stands for a value of 100 in Roman numeral. So 3 C's written together, the same symbol is repeated thrice. This means that the equivalent value is equal to 100 plus 100 plus 100, which is equal to 300. So for representing a value of 300, you can write the symbol C thrice together. Hope this is clear to you. Now let's see the next rule. Rule number 2. It says that the symbols I, X, C and M can be repeated to a maximum of 3 times. See, you cannot repeat all the symbols just like that. Only the symbols I, X, C and M can be repeated, and that too only up to a maximum of 3 times. So to represent 300, you can write 3 C's like this, like we saw in the previous case. But to represent 400, you cannot write 4 C's. See, you cannot repeat the same symbol more than thrice. Hope this is clear. Now, the next rule states that the symbols V, L and D cannot be repeated and they are never subtracted. So what does it say? We saw that the symbols I, X, C and M can be repeated, whereas the symbols V, L and D can never be repeated. And keep in mind, we cannot subtract their values also from any other symbols. Now, the next rule states that if a smaller numeral is written to the right of a greater numeral, we have to add their values. For example, here you can see the Roman numeral DCC. D has a value of 500, whereas the C has a value of only 100. So you have a smaller numeral written to the right of a bigger numeral. So what you have to do? You have to add their values. So this equals to this 500, the value of D plus the value of C, and you have one more C here, so you have to add the value of that C as well. So that equals a total value of 700. So keep in mind, when you write a smaller numeral to the right of a greater numeral, just add their values. Now, what happens if we write a smaller numeral to the left? In that case, you have to subtract the values. So when you have a smaller numeral written to the left of a greater numeral, you have to subtract their values. Here you have an example. You have the Roman numeral XL written here. X has a value of 10, whereas L represents a value of 50. So you see, you have a smaller numeral written to the left of a bigger numeral. In that case, you have to subtract the smaller numeral from the bigger numeral. That is, you have to do 50 minus 10, which is equal to 40. So the Roman numeral XL represents a value equal to 40. Clear? Let's see the next rule. It says that if a smaller numeral is written between two larger numerals, you have to subtract the smaller numeral from the larger numeral on the right. Here is an example to make it more clear. See, here you have X, I, X. X has a value of 10, I has a value 1, and X has a value 10. You have a smaller numeral written between two larger numerals. What you have to do? You have to subtract the smaller numeral from the larger numeral on the right, this one. So you have to subtract 1 from this 10, then add up their values. See? So this can be written as this 10. This 10 plus, see, you have to subtract this 1 from this 10. So that goes inside the bracket. 10 minus 1, and that equals this 10, which is the value of this X, plus 10 minus 1 equals 9. So that equals a total of 19. So keep in mind, a smaller numeral written in between two larger numerals. When you have a Roman numeral like that, you have to subtract the smaller numeral from the larger numeral on the right. Now let's see the next rule. For this, please look into the list of Roman numerals given in your textbook, that is in page number 12. You can see the table there. So this rule states that the symbol I can be written to the left of V and X only, which means that I can be subtracted from V and X only. And now the symbol X can be written only to the left of L and C, which means X can be subtracted from L and C only. Now, the letter C. The symbol C can be written only to the left of D and M only, which means C can be subtracted from D and M only. So, if you look at the table given in the text, these rules will be easy to understand. So, children, I hope you are clear with the rules to form Roman numerals. Now, let's do a question. Write the Roman numerals form. We have two numbers given here. These are Hindu-Arabic numerals. You have to find out how you can represent these numbers in Roman numerals. Let's see how. Let's see the first number, 76. See, to represent this number in Roman numerals, we should have a clear understanding of the value of each of the symbols used in Roman numeral system. So, do you have a symbol for 76? No. So, it should be a combination of symbols. So, how do we find out which is the right combination of symbols? Do we have a symbol for 70 or for 6? No. The closest value is 50. We have a symbol for 50. And what is that symbol? We have the symbol L, which represents a value equal to 50. Now, if we take away this 50 from the 76, what is left? Out of 76, we represented 50 with the letter L, and we have 26 left. Do you have a symbol for 26? No. Do we have a symbol for 20 or 6? See, we can represent 20 with two x's, right? So with 2 x's, we have a value equal to 20. Now what is left? 6 is left. Do you have a symbol for 6? No, but we have a symbol for 5. So here I am writing one V here, which represents a value equal to 5. Now what is left? 1 is left. Now what is the symbol for 1? We can write one I to represent the value 1. So how do we represent the number 76 in Roman numerals? We have to write the symbols L, X, X, V and I like this to represent the value equal to 76. Now let's see one more example. The question B, 307. We don't have a symbol for 307. Do we have a symbol for 300? We have a symbol for 100. And if we write that symbol thrice, it means it is 300. What is 100? The symbol C represents 100. So if C is written 3 times together, it means a value equal to 300. Now what is left? 7 is left. Do we have a symbol for 7? No. But we have a symbol for 5 and for 1 we have I. So if we write the symbol V, which represents 5, and the symbol I twice, it means the value is 2. So you have 300 plus 5 plus 2, which is equal to 307. So to represent the number 307, we have to write the symbols C, 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 V, I. This is how you should write to represent 307 in Roman numerals. Hope this is clear to you now. Now children, you have to go through this topic Roman numerals through pages 12 and 13. And you are given solved examples in the textbook. Have a look at these examples given there. Then you can move on to exercise 1.6. You have to work out the questions from exercise 1.6 in your notebook. Take a picture and then send us to Teams. So that's all for today children. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.